What is up, guys? We're back with a new video, and today we're gonna be going over Kaja. I am aware that a lot of you want the Grok tutorial, but that'll be the next video. I'm ready for it. I have the gameplay for it. I just managed to edit this one first, right? So I'll get that. I'll get that to you guys. The Grok tutorial will be there, but we're gonna be going over Kaja for this video. First things first. How much experience do I have on Kaja? I just recently been supporting for the Gosu squad, so. And usually, like last season and late last season and early this season, Kaja keeps getting banned, so it's really hard to play Kaja over and over again and farm a lot of matches with him. And I only have 46 matches, but I do have 82.6% win rate with Kaja. So at this current season, 81.6 win rate with 38 games, and I even got a couple of MVPs with him. So super good support, even though recently he did get nerfed. His dash got a lot shorter, but it's still he's still definitely a priority pick. So don't be afraid to still use and prioritize Kaja if you're a support player or if you're a tank player. He's a semi-tank. He's not really like a solid frontliner. Before we talk about anything, we need to start with the mechanics and learn how to play Kaja first, to understand him even more. Alright, so let's start it off and go to practice mode. And here we are with the mechanics. The first things first, we're going to talk about Kaja's first skill. So what his first skill does is it pretty much has AoE damage that does a circle around Kaja, and it deals a decent amount of damage, and it slows people down and units down whenever it hits them. So this is going to be your main point of main skill of wave clearing when you're wave clearing, and your pretty much your main point of overtime damage. Your ult is pretty much for engage, and then you just keep using your first skill. So he's actually pretty easy to play. So that's the first skill. Second skill is going to be a normal dash, but it does leave some balls behind, and it speeds you up as well. So that's a way to engage and a way to escape as well. You can also do, like, you know what I mean, you can also like slow people down with these balls. By the way, if enemies hit these balls or units even, they actually get slowed and get damage. Has a little bit of damage right there. That's gonna be, you're not gonna max that out. You're gonna max first skill first, of course, and then max ulti. Take your ulti skill whenever it's available for you, and then max second skill last. All right, so that's how it's gonna be for Kaja. Now for the ulti, by the way, I forgot to mention, you could go through walls with this. Some dashes don't go through walls, right? So, but this one you can. Like Tigreal dash cannot go through wall, but this one you can. All right, so let's talk about the ulti, his ulti. So for his ulti, it's pretty much how you engage. It's a drag or a stun. It stuns people, but you can drag them back wherever you're walking or running or flickering. Like, even if you flicker, it'll be with you. Even if you use encourage like this, which speeds you up, it will be with you for a short amount of time. All right, but it can only be dodged if the enemy uses Purify before you ulti them. If they time it correctly, which is super hard, they will avoid it. But most of the time, what Kaja users do is they stay in a bush, boom, ulti, and then drag towards the enemy team, right? So that's how it's gonna be, and it deals a decent amount of damage as well. And that's why there's some Kaja users that actually build Lightning Trench Run after fleeting time on Kaja, because Kaja's burst is actually not that bad when it comes to when he's hooking the squishier heroes like the marksmen, the assassins, and mages, right? So that's gonna be the ulti right there for Kaja. Now, since now that you guys know the mechanics, it's pretty self-explanatory. Kaja is super easy to use and play. That's why a lot of people like her. Why did I say her? It's not a girl. Like him. And he's really OP right now. Not like super OP since the dash got nerfed, but you know, still really good priority pick for today's meta. So let's go over tips and tricks and see what you can do with Kaja's abilities. Alright, so here we are with the tips and tricks. The very first tip that I'm about to give you, I already mentioned it on the mechanics section, but I need to mention it again since it's very important. You need to know if the enemy has Purify, and if they do have Purify, make sure you ult them by surprise, or else if they can predict that you're about to ult, they can Purify before you ulti, and your ulti will not work. All right, so there's some heroes that could actually avoid Kaja's ulti, like Chu Immune, the second skill for Chu, so you need to keep track of that. has Cho using his second skill yet. Same with Grok. If Grok is next to a wall and he's holding his first skill, make sure you don't ult that Grok. Only ult the people that you can and that will work. That your ult will work on. All right. So make sure you know the heroes that don't counter you. Okay. So it's gonna be Chu and Grok mostly for that. And for Degi, Degi only works if Degi ultis before Kaja ultis. All right, so it's very hard still to predict. It's kind of like the Purify. Yeah, it's still very hard to predict. But every other hero you can pretty much hook for Kaja, except for Martis as well. Martis, I think while Martis is using second skill, and you ult Martis, it does not work. So make sure you know all that. All right, make sure you know all that. So let's go with the basic combo. So the basic combo is pretty much when you're about to engage, dash, ulti, flicker, and then first skill. Right? I mean, there's many ways to do it. You can also go with just walk out with encourage, because encourages speeds you up, and walk out with encourage, boom, 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 and then ulti. So what I did there was encourage, ulti, dash, flicker, and then first skill. Okay, that's gonna be your main point of damage. Because every time you first skill back, it's like that hero is gonna follow you anyways. All right, so use the first skill last, and it slows them down after your ulti runs out. You don't really have to slow them while they're ulted already. You know what I mean? That's why the first skill is most likely last. And then if your ulti's not there anymore, your main point of damage will be your first skill. You just keep pressing it, keep hitting, and there you go. I forgot about the passive. So Kaja's passive is his basic attack gets stronger as time goes on. So there's like a cooldown for it to where he has a stronger basic attack, and it gives like a little bit of thunderbolt whenever he does that, and he deals a lot of damage for it. So that's gonna be really good. It's just extra damage, really. It is important, I guess. I don't really keep track of it. I just keep playing. Just keep playing, and you'll notice that you'll deal a lot of damage sometimes with his basic attacks, and sometimes not. All right. What else can I teach you? Pretty much all you need to do is the combo. You can dash through walls. Don't ulti people that you do not know. That will immune your ulti. You cannot ulti turtle and stuff like that. By the way, you cannot ulti units. You can only ulti heroes. All right, so make sure you know that. Another thing is you need to roam a lot for Kaja. Since Kaja is the main engager, you're gonna want to like hide in bushes, like right here. This is a really good spot. Like if your team is doing Lord and you want to bait it, Kajas usually hide here. Kajas hide right here. You know, sometimes they hide right here. So if anybody like comes near, they're gonna get ulted. You know what I mean? So there you go. Those are the tips and tricks. Hopefully, that helps. I mean, pretty self-explanatory, to be honest. There's not a lot of tips and tricks for Kaja. Super easy hero to play, and you guys will like it, and he's actually pretty fun. Alright, so let's go over spells, the equipments, and all that, alright? Alright, let's talk about the emblems. The very first emblem set that I will give you is the support emblem. So my Kaja is more of a like more towards the support type of Kaja. Like some Kajas, when they solo queue, they build like full magic damage Kaja, which is not my playstyle. Whenever you do and play a 5-man and like an organized team play, you're gonna want to use support emblem, since that gives you more movement speed and that catches people off guard when you're chasing them. And this also gives you hybrid penetration, which makes your passive stronger, your first skill stronger, and your ulti stronger. So that's why this is so good. Support emblem is so good. You're gonna want to take agility for the first column, right? For the first row, movement speed plus 6%, and for that last talent, it's gonna be focusing mark, which gives what it does is whenever you deal damage to an enemy, your teammates will deal more damage on that enemy that you hit. So it has a cooldown though of 6 seconds, and it's very useful since you are the engager, right? Since you're the engager, they're gonna deal a lot more damage when you hook someone with your ulti. Like some people do pull yourself together, which is, I mean, I'm not a big fan of. I don't really need it. Some people use this, gain an extra gold, 10 extra gold for dealing damage to enemy heroes. But you know, With the build I'm gonna give you, you're gonna be more focused on helping your team and engage for them rather than farm and try to get gold the whole time. You know what I mean? There is another emblem set though that you could use for Kaja, and it's gonna be this emblem set right here, this one right here. So movement speed, 6%, magic penetration, and magic worship. Which what it does is when you deal damage to enemy heroes, that's more than 7% of the target's max HP. It burns them a little bit, so that secures skills. Now this is an emblem that people use for solo queue. But I mean, I've seen it in tournaments sometimes, and it does really hurt for Kaja. But what I don't like about it is it sometimes kill steals the kills for your carries. So that's why I don't use this one too much. I usually use the support emblem to where I want my carries to be fed. If you're really a team player, you're gonna want to use support emblem for Kaja. But for solo queue, like I said, trio or something duo, feel free to use this emblem set right here, and you should be fine as well. So those are the two emblem sets that you can use for Kaja. Hopefully you guys can understand. Magic penetration for the first skill and ulti as well, and the movement speed same as the support emblem. You can roam a lot faster. Alright, so let's go with the spells. Alright, here we are with the spells. Should be really easy. So for Kaja, it's always gonna be Flicker. I don't see Kaja taking any other spells. Like maybe the closest ones might be Purify, Sprint, and Petrify. But like Flicker has that, that surprise element. Like you can flicker out of nowhere next to an enemy and they will never predict. It's like really fast and really hard to predict when you flicker in front of them and ulti, compared to when you sprint and try to run towards them and ulti. It's kind of predictable, especially if they have Purify. As for Petrify, if someone has Purify, they can Purify your Petrify, so don't do that. For Purify, I mean, if let's say the enemy team has a Chu and you get kicked as a Kaja, Purify would definitely help for that. But other than that, like, you're not gonna be engaging as much if you don't have Flicker. So make sure the only spell that I would recommend to you is Flicker, in my opinion. Maybe the meta changes, we don't know, but as of now, please use Flicker all the time for Kaja. That's what I recommend at least. Alright, so let's go over his equipment. Alright, here we are with the equipment for Kaja. The very first row that I will show you is the build that I want you to build generally if you want to be a team player. It's the build that I usually use whenever I play him. And it's gonna be assist boots right here, wizard boots that give you HP, and it gives you gold whenever you get an assist, which is really good for Kaja since you don't want to be kill stealing people. You want to get the engages. You're the one that's engaging, so most likely you're gonna get a lot of assists. Plus your passive does a thunderbolt in multiple units, so that if like your thunderbolt with your passive, your auto attack hits someone that's really far, even that one auto attack will give you an assist, so that gives you more gold. So that helps you when you build your items and such. Alright, so the next item, the main core item, this is a must on Kaja, is fleeting time. So this makes you, the more you get an assist or kill, your cooldown on your ultimate will go down by 35%. So whenever, let's say your team gets 2 kills and 2 of those kills you have an assist on, your cooldown will be like at 15 seconds instead of like 30 seconds, right? So it's definitely helpful for Kaja, and I think is a must since Kaja's ultimate is super strong, and you need to take advantage of that ultimate. Now for the next item, it's going to be Courage Bulwark. Like I said, Kaja is more of a semi-tank, not really like a full frontline tank like Grok, Kufra, Minotaur, and Akai, right? So this is a support hero. So whenever your teammates are close to you, their magic attack and physical attack goes up, and even magical and physical defense. So this helps you. You're like a pure support, right? As well as there's a lot more passive right there. There's also a passive called Heavy Armor, which says nearby soldiers can take more defense turret damage. So the minions, whenever you're sieging a tower, those minions will get a little bit stronger if you have Courage Bulwark. And then there's an active skill for this item. It's one of the only, I think it's the only item, no, it's not the only item, Wind of Nature. This Courage Bulwark has an active skill, and Winter Truncheon also has an active skill. So it's something that you need to press to make it work. and help you. So what it does is it's pretty much like if you played League of Legends, there's an item that speeds you up. I forgot what it's called. Um, I haven't played League of Legends in a while, but I'm sure I always used to use it when I played support with that item. And when you click it, it speeds your allies up. When whoever's near you, around you, it will speed you up, and it will also increase your physical and magic attack by 20%. That lasts 3 seconds. All right, so that's helpful whenever you're engaging, when you're trying to help a teammate escape. So that's super good. And this item also gives you HP. All right, and cooldown reduction, so your cooldown on your ulti is available to you more. All right, so the next item will be Athena Shield for more magic resist, right there. So they'll get you a little bit tanky whenever the like mages like Lunox, Gosu, and Harith are going for you, and you're gonna be harder to kill. And this actually should be switched. Anti-Cuirass for the next item, so you get some armor whenever like a marksman is trying to focus you. Hayabusa, Fanny, all that, and all the physical damage heroes, alright? And of course, immortality, just in case you get caught, you made the wrong engage and all that, and your teammates can decide if they want to help you or not, okay? So the next row will be the damage Kaja. It's almost like the support one, but it's more focused on damage. Assist boots as well, fleeting time as well, I already explained that. And Calamity Reaper is super good because Kaja's cooldown on his first skill is actually super low, and the second skill is super low. Every time you use a skill, there's true damage whenever you auto attack them. It's super good. And then the next item is Lightning Truncheon. You could even switch this up, and this gives you mana as well. So the more mana you have with Lightning Truncheon, the more damage that Lightning Truncheon passive will do, alright? Because it scales with your mana, and that's why Calamity Reaper is so good. You're all about the burst. Whenever you do like the old second skill, first skill combo, and then true damage whip on with the passive on Kaja, super strong. Calamity Reaper is super strong, and you'll just like one combo as a marksman by yourself, even if you're support. Now you want to get Dominance Ice for the next item, and then Immortality, of course, for late game. If you make a mistake or not, that'll help you a lot. So why Dominance Ice? Why not Anti-Cuirass? So Dominance Ice gives you mana, which, like I said, Lightning Truncheon scales with your mana. The more mana you have, the more it hurts. Alright, that's why Dominance Ice is chosen on this build. Now, if you want to do like straight up damage, you could definitely do like Necklace of Durance and then Divine Glaive. Where is it? Divine Glaive is purple. There, I'm highlighting it. There you go. Full damage. That's full damage. Alright, if you want to decide to do that. But other than that, you can go back to the other build, defense, Dominance Eyes. This is more of like a safe build, definitely. So here you go. And so those are the builds right there. You have a lot of choices to do. Depends on what you want, depends on your playstyle, and depends what your team needs. Alright, so there you go. Let's go over the gameplay for the next section. So let's start with the gameplay with Kaja. Let's skip a little bit of this so we don't have to wait for the loading screen. So here we are. We're going to be here at mid lane with the Guinevere right there. Guinevere, of course, you're going to be mostly likely mid, since the mid laner is the one that roams the most. So yeah, you're going to want to take mid. I'm with basic on this game, so I'm going to be just waiting. I was trying to wait for him to come closer to me so my first skill actually hits, but I wasn't able to hit it. But that's alright. I still hit the minions to wave clear that first wave. And of course, I'm just trying to help basic get this blue, of course. Use my first skill, tank for your mage, please, and always give the small minion and of course the blue buff for your mages, and don't steal it, please, because your mage needs to get to level 4, and they also need a lot of mana on early games, on the early stages of the game, and that's why the blue buff is really important. Even though Guinevere does not have a blue buff helps you with slowing people down and cooldown as well. So for mages, cooldown is definitely very important. Did you guys see what I did there? Second skill, and then just to manage to slow Johnson down. I used my second skill just to manage to slow. You don't really have to use first skill first. Just make sure you slow the enemy down so your teammate could actually catch up to that specific enemy hero, right? So that's what I did to get that single assist right now. So we're doing good. Now I left basic because I already saw that they were so far back, and the lane right here at mid lane, it had minions that was just getting wasted, so I didn't want to waste that. I went mid lane so I can get that level. Look how close I am to level 4 already, since I got that mid lane and Basic was the one at top lane. Now me and Basic are already level 4, so we could both engage, right? So I can see Harith right here as soon as he comes out of this bush, and I ulti right away, but Basic misses right here because I kind of like dragged him a little bit, so that was kind of my fault, but still we end up getting this kill because I do a flicker first skill to just secure that kill, because Basic was not gonna get it and Kimmy was way too far to get it, so I just flickered to make sure that Harith does not get away. All right. Sometimes you definitely need to just use it and kill. Try to go for the kill sometimes if you are even if you're a Kaja. Right here, nice ult for Esmeralda killing that Kimmy. I was trying to help Kimmy, but the Esmeralda had ulti and she had a lot of shield, so I was not able to burst anyways, even if I chase. So right here, we see that we can do the turtle since there's 4 of us right here already. So we just managed to do, okay, just do turtle since look how spread apart they are. Like, we don't know that they're spread apart, but we just, you know, predict that they are spread apart. This is a trio game, by the way, so this is not like a five-man game. It's a lot easier, and I ulti Esmeralda as soon as I know that she was there, because I saw her like around right here on the minimap, and then she went over there and I dashed right in, and she had nowhere to go. She got bursted right away. So very good play by me and Grok right there, just to make sure that Esmeralda does not get away. As soon as this blue comes up, I was telling Kimmy to just get it because Guinevere doesn't have mana anyway, so it's not as important to compared to like Goshon, Lunox getting the blue buff, or Harith, right? So those heroes definitely need the blue buff. But for Guinevere, since Guinevere does not have mana, it's definitely not as important, but still definitely give it to Guinevere's whenever you play with one. And we see that Kari is alone right here at top lane, and we knew that there was 4 of us. She had nowhere to go, so that was an easy kill right there. Johnson already hit, so I was aware of that. I didn't want to use my ulti on Hearth because I know that he already got knocked up, so I used it on Leomard instead, if you noticed. So make sure you don't use your ulti if the enemy is already crowd control. Only use your ulti if needed. Alright, so it's like there's something called chain crowd control, to where you want to synergize your crowd controls with your team. So you don't want to throw every single crowd control all at once, like Minotaur ult with Tigreal ult and Guinevere ult all at the same time. It lessens the time of the enemy team being controlled. Hopefully that makes sense and very logical in the way I said it. But yeah, that's the reason. Very good ulti from Guinevere to make sure she does not get stunned, but there was no way I was gonna be saving her, and I just went for the kill. I went for the flicker because I knew that he was really far, but good thing Kimmy got that kill actually with the ulti. I tried to save Kimmy right here, but it was way too late. Hayabusa ulted those 2 and we just secured the kill. Yeah, the bad part about Kaja is once you ulti, you don't really have a lot of peel for your teammates, so it's really hard to peel your teammates once your ulti is not there, and if you don't have fleeting time. So the only thing you can do is try to slow enemies down and just try to make your teammates get away. Alright, so we're gonna do this turtle again since we got double kill over there. I saw Leomard get the horse, but I dragged out of the horse, so he's not able to get away. So here we go. I was running out of mana, so I managed to just recall and just get more mana. So what I do, by the way, guys, for item checks in the beginning of the game, so Kaja is not like running out of mana really fast. What I do is I buy 2 mana necklaces at the beginning of the game, and I sell them after. I sell them out if my item list is full. So yeah, that's what I do. 2 mana necklaces at the beginning of the game, and then you could build the normal build that I gave you guys earlier. All right, so that's how you want to just, you know, you don't want to consume too much mana, especially at the early stages of the game. If you use it a lot, you're not going to be able to help your teammates. Alright, so here we go. There's a fight going on here, but I can't really help much. I did ult the Hearth though, but we were not able to burst, and we just went away. I just went away. Grok, I don't know why Grok went back in, but that was a lost team fight already, so I just didn't want to sacrifice. I didn't want to sacrifice anymore for the team. I was just gonna burden my team if I fed them on the little kill. So I just stayed away and went back bot lane since I saw that Hayabusa was pushing, so might as well help Hayabusa push instead of not do anything. We see that Johnson is actually really squishy since He's so far behind. He's 1-4-4 right there. And look at this. Like 7 minutes into the game, look how many like kill participation I have. Out of 15 kills, I have 4 kills and 10 assists. So 14 of those kills I participated in, which is a good sign because that means that I'm roaming, I'm helping my team a lot. I see Harris like really out of position and super overextended, so I managed to ulti that Harris. He could not go anywhere, he could not dash away. So super good right there as well. And I used Courage Bulwark to try and help and try to catch up to this team fight, and that actually worked a little bit. It helped Guinevere get a little bit of damage off because Courage Bulwark, whenever you use it, the active, it does give a little bit of damage to your teammates. And right here, I surprised, like I said, that flicker, surprise, and ulti, he will never, Esmeralda will never predict that, right? That was so, like, the element of surprise was was so fast. There's no way, like, unless you're a god, and unless you have like 200 IQ, that's the only way you can actually predict that and press Purify on time. I don't even think Esmeralda had Purify, actually. I think Esme was taking Retribution, but even so, Esmeralda did not have enough time to jump away. So that's all I'm trying to explain. There you go. At this point, we're just so fed that we can like pretty much try to bully. It's only 8 minutes into the game. We already have an inhib tower. We're not really. At least I'm not taking it seriously at this point. But still, I'm just trying to look for an engage because I know that I have ulti right here. I actually ulted Kari and managed to get away from Esmeralda. And then as soon as I saw my mana super low and my HP, I was like, there's no point in staying anymore. Don't want to be cocky or greedy. So I just went recold, get some more mana and HP, and me just trolling with RC right here. So yeah, out of 25 kills, I have a decent amount of those kill participation. So that's a sign that, you know, that I'm roaming a lot and helping my team out, push, get kills and all that, right? So here we are at this stage of the game. I'm just looking for another engage since I have fleeting time at this point, and I can just ult whoever I want. Like I saw Lemard right there. Look at, as soon as I saw Lemard, I pushed him towards my teammates. All right, towards my teammates, not like away from it. Make sure you push the enemy towards your teammates, not like away. Even though your side of the map is this way, make sure I push this way to the left, right? Since they're more over there, closer to them at least. Again, element of surprise. I had fleeting time. You guys might be wondering why do you have ult again? You just had ult earlier. That's because of the fleeting time. The more assists and kills you have, that cooldown will help your ulti. So it's actually really insane. That's why you can use your ulti more often when you have that item, and it really helps. And again, I did the flicker ulti combo, and I actually ended up getting that MVP with 21 plus 5 is 26. So out of 30 kills, I participated in 26 of those. So that's pretty good, and that's why I got the MVP. Like I said earlier, at the beginning of the game, I get 2 mana necklaces. Once these items are bought and they're full, if I have enough money for the next item right here, I sell one of them. All right, I sell this one, and then once I make an item right here, I sell this one once I get the other item, right? So you sell those at the end of the game, okay? So make sure you sell those. Oh, actually also sell the assist boots as soon as you get the full build as well, and change it to like armor boots or something, or magic resist boots, or even like cooldown boots if you want. But I really recommend like being more tanky when you're building support Kaja, so that helps. Let's look at the damage I did in tower damage maybe. So right here I actually did more damage than Kimmy right here. 22%, 21% for Kimmy. Did more damage than Grok. I did more damage than Hayabusa right here, 20%. And Guinevere did the most damage. I still also got more tower damage than Hayabusa as well, and Grok and Guinevere. So overall, really like good game, really easy game. These guys are actually really decent as well, by the way. Galaxy, Black. I'm sure you've seen them on my stream. I played against them a couple times, and they're actually decent, but we just had better. We were a 5-man, and these guys were 5-man as well. We just had a better teamwork. All right, this was a 5-man rank. Did I say I thought I was trio earlier, but this was actually a 5-man rank from what I just remembered. So thank you guys. Hopefully you guys learned something in this video and tutorial. Make sure to subscribe and like the video if you guys did learn something, and if you guys enjoyed this content. The next one will be the grok tutorial. I promise. I have it ready for the next one. All right. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.